Hey,
Hey y'all.
y'all. We just want to welcome you guys to Advice in Southern Tales. Almost
Yep.
forgot because we talked about so many different names. We do want you to know our advice is for entertainment purposes only. We don't know everything. All we know is our own experiences.
hmm
So, how are you doing, Amanda?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I've been teaching some more swimming lessons, so it just took us like 30 minutes to get on here. First, she had two pictures, and then my microphone wasn't working, and I was just about to say, the devil is after me tonight. This is not supposed to be. But then all of a sudden, it started working.
That's just what it's supposed to be. We were going to get connected. We just had to go through a lot of stuff to get there.
Yes.
We're not tech savvy.
No, we're not, but we're having fun. Actually, this part on it, I feel like we're on the air, as used to say. I guess today it's like you're on the web. Remember the radio station they had? You're on the air.
Yeah. My daddy used to go up there and play records.
One of my favorite field trips as a child was there. Did your
Uh,
class go there?
I didn't never go there. Well, I remember the post office, but in the jail. But the radio station, daddy used to go up there because, he was in a gospel quartet all my life. He would be the guest of the man that ran the radio station. And I would go in there and get to sit at one of the real desks and answer the phone. I loved doing that. And I would give them messages, requests.
Okay,
And
cool.
we did that every Sunday before church.
We have our guest tonight, and this is Charlie. He's here. Hey, everybody.
Is
Did
that
you see him?
Charlie? Yeah, pull his hat. Yeah, there you go.
Well, you see, it's a homemade hat. I made it because I dressed him up for Cowboy Day. I know a lot of people think he's creepy, and a lot of people think I'm a little weird. It's like my principal told me one time, Miss Taggart, I don't think I could get anybody to come in your class and do what you do. But keep doing
No.
it. You're doing a good job.
I would have loved to have had a teacher like you when I was growing up. I probably would have
Really?
made A's because I would have been paying attention.
Just a little trick. If any other teachers are listening, Charlie doesn't talk if the students aren't good. They love Charlie to talk.
Incentive.
It is. It's not a punishment because no other
it's an
class has a
incentive.
Charlie, Lola, or all the other puppets. They mailed 2 boxes of the same puppet. So every puppet I have has a twin. But I never
Oh.
sent them back because they never sent me the mailing label. I wasn't going to
Yeah.
pay for it. It wasn't my fault. So,
No.
yeah. So I have 12 hand puppets, 4 ventriloquist dolls.
You're
So-
talking like me now. Remember, I couldn't say that word.
Well,
Yeah.
I just call him a dummy.
Well, he's the sweet one. Yeah.
A dummy. You're a dummy, Miss Taggart. I say, Charlie, you are not going to be a student teacher. You cannot talk to me like that. Things like that would make the kids just die laughing.
Oh,
They
yeah,
thought
I want
that was
you to
funny
do-
joke.
I want to hear about Charlie when the kids were not being so good and something about the cookies. I remember a story a long time ago.
Oh, no, that wasn't the one. They were being good. Charlie was the one not being good.
That's
Uh,
right.
All the puppets were tattletales, and he's kind of the bad boy. So
Mhm.
the puppets would say, Miss Taggart, do you know what Charlie made us do last night? Because
He's the lead.
yeah, he's the supposed assistant teacher or practice teacher. They would say, he made us go down to the cafeteria last night and eat all the cookies. And I go, Charlie, why did you do that? He would say, well, I was just really hungry last night. So I told the puppets, Charlie, you know you didn't do that. And you can see I'm getting into it. Anyway, this is true. My class was the last one to get in the lunch line. We were about 2 or 3 of our students may have gotten a cookie, but then that lady that wears the net, she came up and said, we're out of cookies. But
Mhm.
all the children, and they knew Charlie wasn't real, they went, the puppets ate all the cookies. And those lunchroom ladies were looking at my class like, what? Have they been watching
I bet
horror
they were
movies?
like, well, I bet they thought, what's wrong with those kids, Charlie?
I just always tell people, I'd say, if you want your kid in my room, just tell them that your child loves drama.
Mhm.
And not in a bad way, not like girl drama. I'm talking
No.
about acting.
Keep your
But-
attention kind.
Yeah.
See, that's what I needed growing up.
So do you think he's cute or scary?
I think he's cute. He doesn't exactly look like Chucky.
Barney Fife, don't he, with his hat on? Look,
Yeah, he does.
we weren't supposed to say names, so I think he's dead, so it doesn't matter.
I told my son he looked like Barney Fife one time, so I don't think that's anything bad. I think that was actually a compliment.
Well, he looks good. Oh, I just think you thought he was
he
too
does.
skinny.
He was too skinny, but
He's very good
No.
looking, and he could be a guest. He's so
Yeah.
smart, knowledgeable. I know most people aren't into crypto, but if you want to know anything about crypto, he is like the crypto expert. He was telling us when Bitcoin was like $20 that we should buy some, and we laughed, and now we wish we'd listened to him. Thank y'all for the emails. Sorry we can't get to all of them. Our question, this will be a good one for both of us, especially
Okay.
you, because I know you have a lot of streaming services. Before we answer this question, just so people will know that you're a avid streamer, is that what you'd be called?
I guess it is. Somebody told me about streaming, and I'd heard people about watching, Netflix and whatever, and I used to think, why do they do that? I just watched back then the Hallmark Channel, Lifetime, home cooking shows, HGTV, whatever. I got my first Roku, and I got signed up, and I watched the show. I was hooked because there was no commercials, and you could keep it going. I just prefer to watch stuff like that.
Tell our listeners what services you have, because I can't keep up.
The good thing about them is they don't hook you into a contract where you have to sign up for a year. I think I have Netflix, I've got Apple, Peacock, Hulu, Prime, Stars, Showtime, Cinemax, and then Max, but they may have combined. I can't remember. And then Disney, Up Faith and Family, PBS, Masterpiece, and Acorn. I do Hallmark around Christmas because I like to watch all their Christmas movies.
Okay, so
Yeah.
well, good. You're going to be
And
the expert.
Paramount Plus, and A.
And you have cable too, right?
Yeah, that's for Ed.
Okay. All right. So,
Yeah, but what's our question?
So our question is, Leah and Amanda, I have been looking for a good show to watch on Netflix. Do you have any recommendations? Well, just so happens we do.
Yeah.
So I started it, but I'm only 2 episodes in, but I think, didn't you tell me there are only 6? And tell them what the name, I forgot.
It's called A Perfect Couple. It's the latest one I watched. But Leah called me Friday maybe and said, we started watching this show. And I said, oh, I watched it yesterday. She said, you did? I said, yeah, it came out Thursday. It's 6 episodes.
And I was like, well, who killed her? She wouldn't tell me.
I couldn't tell you. It is good, but I've watched several things on Netflix, but that's a good one. And I've actually seen another series that I believe is filmed in that same house on that island.
What was the name of it?
Revenge.
Oh, I love that show. That's a good one, too.
I believe that house is the same house.
I think you're right. One reason that I think I got into that show is because I actually have been to Nantucket.
That one was on Hulu, Revenge.
Oh, it was good. If you hadn't seen it, it was good.
It's like, 4 seasons or 6? I can't remember. It's either 4 or 6, but it's really good.
I'm not a kind of person that likes to watch all the Friday the 13th. I did that when I was... These type shows that we're talking about have a bit of mystery, but not like scary mystery. Not like somebody's going to jump in.
Yeah. So, but that is
My
a good
hair's
oldie.
never fixed because I'm always teaching swimming lessons.
Do you remember this story? Your sister taught Ashley swimming lessons. I had gotten ready to go to work, and Ashley and Amy were out at the pool. Ashley was not participating very good, so Amy just threw her in the pool. It wasn't deep, like she wouldn't have died. She could have stood up.
She come in with her?
Yeah, it was 3 feet deep. She could have stood
so
up.
she was like, I don't want to get in, and Amy just kind of picked her up,
She was
jumped
like,
in.
come on, let's go. Yeah, and they did it together. Well, me as a parent, I was standing there And I jumped in with all my work clothes on, my hair fixed, and my makeup. It just terrified me. But guess what? She taught her how to swim
Yeah.
by the
Well.
end of the week.
Mm-hmm.
That
Well,
was so dumb that I did that, but it's just your instinct.
well, maybe you waited too late to get her in the pool. How old was she?
I actually wasn't too old because I was paranoid that, well, we didn't, but Ed's mama did. And I was paranoid about her not being able to swim, so we got her lessons. She was probably about 5.
I'm just destined. Every house I have has a pool. Even this one was a lot, and there was a pool on
It's
it.
so pretty.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The house that was here burned, and the lady that lived on this lot before was building that swimming pool. So that's why I have such a fancy pool. We would have never built one so fancy. It's got a heater.
And it's the kind where you don't step down on steps. You just walk in like a beach.
It's called beach level entry. Her sister was in a wheelchair, and she wanted her to be able to roll into the pool. Everybody thinks I designed it for swimming lessons, but isn't that a cool story?
That is awesome how she did that for her sister, but I had never seen that before I came to your house.
Well, it's so good for children because it's not like you're over your head.
They can just wade in.
Right. But your mother-in-law had a baby pool, and I thought that was so neat. This is a cool story that we can share with y'all. Amanda's father-in-law was a doctor, and he was friends with somebody in Memphis, another doctor, that had built Graceland.
But I think pretty much the story is he lived in what we call Graceland, that house. Then he sold it, and I don't know if he sold it to Elvis. That doctor lived in that house. I think he was looking to build a house in Houston, and he met with him because he liked his house. That's how he got the idea. Basically a replica.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
of Graceland.
My mother went to MSCW, and her roommate asked her to come to Memphis for the weekend. So another good friends. They had never flown an airplane. Now, this would have been back in the 1950s or 60s, probably the 50s.
God, when did planes fly?
I don't know, but they flew from Tupelo to Memphis.
Because that would have been scary. I mean, that had to be in the beginning of them.
Well, I can't remember the Wright brothers. They went to Elvis movie, and her friend said, "Do you want to see where Elvis lives? Do y'all want to ride by there?" And she's like, "Yeah, there's 3 or 4 of them." So they did, and all these cars were lined up. They said, "Something's going on." So they got out, and they were standing by the fence. You can imagine these little 4 college girls from MSCW, Mississippi University for Women. Okay, Mom was 16 when she went to college because she skipped a grade. Elvis drove in. All the girls were jumping on his car, and my mother and her friends just stood back in the distance. They were small town, never seen anything like this. He had his security guard go up to them before they were about to leave and say, "Mr. Presley wants to know if y'all want to come up to his house." He walked down the driveway and walked them up the driveway, took them through his house on a tour, and except his mama's room because she was asleep.
Charlie kind of scares me a little bit. I don't know how you sleep with him in your house, but he's been in your family a long time, too.
I mean, when I was, like 8, I think. Grandmother even made his clothes. Like at Christmas, she would make us Barbie clothes and Charlie clothes. I don't know how we heard about him, but he was ordered from the Sears and Roebuck catalog. Do you remember it used to come in the mail?
Listen, that's what babysit me and Jack for like November and December. Mama would say, sit over there and mark what you want.
We had a pen, and we would circle
everything
and put our name by.
Yeah, that's the way we would do.
We would pick the most expensive things and never got them.
A little bit greedy at times.
So we have a sponsor break. Today's episode is sponsored by Leah Thaggart Swimming Lessons. We hope that you will always remember safety comes before swimming. That's our sponsor today. I wish we
A
had
short
somebody else.
commercial. We had a commercial.
Anybody that wants to sponsor us, send us an email and we'll get on that. We will wear your jewelry, Apple Watch.
This necklace I've got on, can you see it? Anyway, I got that in Florida one year from an artist that she makes her jewelry. Let me tell you something. If I had 2,000 of them, I could have sold them.
Wow.
So people do like what you wear and how you wear it.
That's why we're going to get a website and affiliate link. So like Amanda does hair. So she might say, you need to get this hairspray.
It's just people like all kind of different.
Yeah.
It's like whatever you like. I did get some exciting news the other day.
What?
Yeah. One of my girls, she texted me a picture of this billboard that was up in New York Times Square advertising this movie that's coming out on Netflix that's called The Uglies.
Mm-hmm.
And she did his hair. They contacted our salon and asked for her, or contacted her. He came into the salon. The guy, he had previously played in Outer Banks. She did his hair in our salon, and he was talking all about it, and he was so nice. But that was so exciting to see that billboard when we had been with him in the salon and she met him. He talked to us just like us. He was so nice.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, yeah.
Hey.
So I'm excited for that.
If we ever get famous, we're going to talk like normal people too.
I don't think, Leah, if somebody tried to pay us a whole bunch of money to talk different, I don't think we could. I mean, I sound Southern no matter what I do. I went to France one time, and instead of saying how they go, and I'm going to sound funny, but I go, bonjour. They go, I said, bonjour. They looked at me like, what?
What?
So I just don't do that good.
Yeah. Well, it's okay. Everybody's got their gifts.
I've always wondered how on movies they do that, have a totally different accent. I think that is so talented.
You can't do any other accents. You can't do
I
British.
But I have the Southern drawl to it. That's what I was trying to say a while ago. Southern drawl. I sound like a Southern person of any kind of thing you can think of.
Mm-hmm.
Any kind of accent, I'll put a Southern slang to it.
Well, my son, he worked at the McDonald's drive-thru, and he would tell me about these mamas coming through, ordering their Diet Coke, and then they'd get a Big Mac. I'm like, I've done that. That's not funny.
What do you
yes, I want a Diet Coke and a Big Mac and some double fries.
And they'd order the kids' meal with the apple.
Exactly. I forgot that. Hey, guys, if you're still listening, that means you made it to the end. Thank you so much for listening.
We really appreciate it because
we are trying and we are enjoying this, but like 30 minutes before this started, I was not enjoying it at all.
We actually spent 30 to 45 minutes before this started trying to even get it started.
Yes,
I had to drink a half cup of coffee.
Well, I had my little drink too. Can you see what it says?
Let's see. Let me put on my glasses. It says, sorry, Miss Daggard, if my kid makes you drink. Oh my gosh, did you get that from a student?
Yeah. Their mother.
Look at what I'm drinking out of. Well, go ahead and tell me that story, then I'll show you mine.
So his mother, I guess, ordered that to have my name. It's like a little Yeti cup. Mm-hmm. But I love it because it keeps everything cold.
That is so cute. Oh, do you know, I'm going to show you my mug in just a minute, but do you know what one of my ladies came in this week and said? She said her daughter is a teacher. And so Joy, she came in and she goes, oh yeah, it was her birthday yesterday. And she said, one of her students said, well, she's not here today, but it was her birthday, so I think she went to a skate park. And then I told her mama,
that's so cute.
I started laughing because I started envisioning her
Yeah.
skating on a skateboard at a skate park.
That's how
That
we
was
know
so funny.
you're a
Look,
visual learner.
here's my mug.
Okay,
So
I can't
it's a
see it.
lady. Let's see.
Is my fabulous showing.
And it's a lady on a chaise lounge. One of my customers that's 88 years old gave me this mug.
Oh, that's sweet.
I know, because that's what she thinks.
I
Like,
know. Well, you
Yeah.
know,
they
nobody
make me
can-
shine.
nobody can see it on the podcast, see our mugs. Go on YouTube, TikTok or something. I tried to connect my Facebook to the Instagram. I made one. Somebody come help me, please. It's trying to connect to my main Facebook page. I want that separate, not because I don't want y'all to be my friends. Anybody can be my friend.
Completely separate.
Thank y'all so much for listening. We love y'all. We appreciate you. And it's our new motto,
And be kind.
love others.
And be kind. Y'all. Bye, y'all.
Remember, like and follow our page and share it with your friends. Hey,
Please
Miss
come
Amanda.
back.
Miss Amanda, you look
Hey.
real pretty. The student teacher. We may have to have him come back because that was
Well,
funny.
the next segment, because I remember what he said now. He's a flirt.
He is, but you know, it just makes him funny. I'm trying to set him down. His hat's come on.
Well, he's a flirt.
He is.
We'll have to tell that story next time.
Okay. All right. Bye, y'all.
Okay. Bye, y'all.